Hey fam, today we're going to discuss how to extract information out of large language models such as ChatGPT and GPT-4 and all the other ones that are coming your way. To do so, first you need to understand two basic concepts: tokenization and embeddings. Tokenization is the way that computers store words and language in numbers. So think of it this way. Any word can be represented by number: cat 337, dog 5632. Any word as a number, punctuation as a number as a number. Essentially, all of human language, anything we can use, broken down into numbers for storage by computers. Now, the second principle: embeddings. Embeddings is a little bit trickier to properly describe. It is the magical art of taking all of these numbers and then storing them in a relationship matrix. So think of a dictionary, okay? In a dictionary, cat
could be stored beside catfish.
It is an alphabetical way of storing. Now, embeddings takes cat, stores it basically in an infinite amount of possible ways, okay? But as the large language model encounters information during its learning process, which is when it scans our internet, it learns that cat is often beside meow, often beside dog, often beside mouse, and it learns this proximity of cat with other words. This is an embedding. So, just to recap: tokenization, taking words and language, breaking it down into numbers. Embeddings, taking these numbers and storing them in essentially a matrix of relationships. Now, the important part here is to understand how this all works together and forms these large language models. By understanding these fundamental principles, you will now have the full power to use these models to your advantage. This is because these models, they don't work like Google does. Think of Google more as a storage, like a dictionary. Okay, you search for cat, it pulls up cat articles, you read those cat articles, whatever they contain, that is the knowledge that you end up with. Now, because this is how people have grown accustomed to interacting with large bodies of data on the internet, this is also how people now utilize large language models. They simply put in a query, they get a response, they put in another query, and off they go. The key here is this is not the only way to interact with them. And more importantly, this is not the best way to interact with them. Because if you picked up that little bit of information I shared with you regarding embeddings, which is that these models have complex understanding of the relationship between topics, words, language, that means that you can also find a starting point in the model. Okay? Think of cat as a starting point, right? It is stored somewhere in the model, and the model already knows all the things associated with cat. Okay? It has a much better understanding of all these deep connections and associations than pretty much anybody will be able to have in their mind. So what you can do is you can pick a starting point and essentially let the model provide the information flow. Now, what I mean by this is that your prompts just need to give it a starting point, and then you can just basically mash up the model against the model. Tell the model, hey, you want to learn as much about cats as possible. Give me questions about cats and I will answer them for you. Do not stop. Now take the questions that the model gives you, because think about it. All of these questions will be based already on the model's kind of understanding of cats, so they will be on topic. The model will give you a question. You take this question, you open up a new interaction window with the model, so a second ChatGPT window or a second API instance, and then you feed the question back into the model. The model gives you all the information it knows about that question. You put that information back into the question model interaction, and it gives you another question. You take this question again, which is, again, it's on topic. It's still going down this information pathway that it has inherently stored inside of itself. It gives you that question. You put the question back into that second window that you have open, into the second API endpoint, whatever you want, okay? But the key here is you let the model do the information seeking. You just need to find the starting point. Whatever topic you want, you can explore it in this new, novel way, which I really think that people underutilize this, because people think that you should query or you should interact with the model in a similar behavior you used to interact with Google. But no, models are fundamentally different, and that is where the real value extraction is going to happen. Once people realize that the model knows the relationships, the model already knows all the best pathways because it scanned the internet and it built a huge relationship map. That is how the model works. It's not a magical speech generation device which is smart. It doesn't understand the way we understand. In a way, it mimics our ability to store information by using this network effect, and that is what you need to utilize. All right, thanks for listening. I hope this cast has been helpful. Take care. See you on the next one.